Good morning, boys and girls, and happy Monday. We are back with another SEL lesson, Social Emotional Learning. Today we're going to be learning about something called the zones of regulation. Can you say that with me? The zones of regulation. Notice how there are different colors in the word zones. So we're going to focus on the zones of regulation today. Are we ready? All right, let's begin. So we always want to go over our objectives before we start the lesson. An objective is a goal. What do we want to learn by the end of the lesson, the end of the day? So let's read together. Objectives. I can manage my emotions. We have another objective. I can identify the zones of regulations. So again, our objectives are our goals. By the end of this lesson, we want to be able to complete both of these objectives. We want to be able to understand our emotions, manage our emotions, kind of resolve ways or find ways to resolve problems when we have different feelings and emotions. And we want to be able to identify the zones of regulations. And don't worry, we'll be going over what those are in a moment. So boys and girls, we're going to start off by watching a short video on the zones of regulation. So please pay attention.
Blue, green, yellow, and red too. This is how I share my feelings with you. Blue, green, yellow, and red too. This is how I share my feelings with you. Blue, green, yellow, and red too. If I'm in the blue zone, my body feels slow and heavy. I might be sick, tired or sad. I do not feel ready. Blue zone, blue, blue, blue zone. Blue, green, yellow, and red too. This is how I share my feelings with you. Blue, green, yellow, and red too. This is how I share my feelings with you. Blue, green, yellow, and red too. If I'm in the yellow zone, my body feels quick and fast. My feet still nervous. I need control. Now I am the yellow. Blue, green, yellow, and red too. This is how I share my feelings with you. Blue, green, yellow, and red too. This is how I share my feelings with you. Blue, green, yellow, and red too. If I'm in the red zone, my body feels out of control. I might be yelling, mean or mad. Calming down is my goal. I'm in the red zone, the red zone. Blue, green, yellow, and red too. This is how I share my feelings with you. Blue, green, yellow, and red too. This is how I share my feelings with you. Blue, green, yellow, and red too. If I'm in the green zone, my body feels ready to learn. share my feelings with you. Blue, green, yellow, and red too. This is how I share my feelings with you. Blue, green, yellow, and red too. Blue, green, yellow, and red too.
Boys and girls, let's look at that question right there. It's asking, how do you feel? What zone are you in? So we went over a song and we watched and listened to a song that went over 4 different colors. Does anyone remember the 4 different colors? If you do, go ahead and tell me. Blue, green, yellow, red. Repeat after me. Blue, green, yellow, red. As we know, each of these regulations, each of these zones represents a different emotion. So let's ask ourselves some questions. What makes you feel happy? What makes you feel sad? What makes you feel worried? What makes you feel angry? Take a moment and reflect. Reflect means to close your eyes and think about these things. Maybe you want to write it down. Things that make you feel happy, sad, worried, and angry. I will give you a moment to reflect. So I would like to share my reflection. Something that makes me feel happy is my dog. I have shown my class my dog. I do have a Maltipoo dog named Jack. He is my happiness and he is my escape. So when I feel sad or when I feel frustrated, I play with my dog. What makes me feel sad? Things that make me feel sad include losing loved ones or not being able to spend time with my family and friends. What makes me feel worried? I always tend to worry about the future, whether it's my future, my siblings' future, my family's future. I worry about the future. And what makes me feel angry? Well, I get upset and angry when people don't take care of our planet Earth. We have a beautiful planet, and when people litter or pollute the earth, it really makes me feel angry. Now, you might ask yourself, well, what are these zones of regulations? Did you know that these zones of regulations provide us with strategies to help us become more aware of our emotions, more independent, and help us control these? Oftentimes, we have emotions that come out of nowhere and we don't know how to control them. So, by understanding which zone you are in, what you can do, you will become responsible, independent citizens and scholars who are able to self-regulate their emotions, manage their emotions. These zones also help us solve problems. If there are conflicts that need to be solved, by understanding your emotions and your zones, you are able to solve those problems. Now I want to go into each zone, so let's pay close attention. Let's start with the red zone. Red. I often think of red and I see like fire, flames. So red is the most intense zone. Describes emotions, anger, frustration, rage, devastation. All of those strong emotions go under red. So when I ask myself what makes me feel angry, if I see somebody littering, I might feel in the red zone. If your sibling took something away from you that you really, really, really like, sometimes you might feel in the red zone. Let's move to yellow zone. Yellow zone is also at the top of the emotions. It does also describe intense emotions, but it's a little bit different because this way we kind of have control. We have somewhat of a control in the yellow zone. So you might feel stressed. You might feel frustrated. You might have some anxiety. You might also feel some excitement. You might have the wiggles, or you might feel nervous. I know that when distance learning first started, I felt a lot of my emotions were from the yellow zone. I was stressed. I had some anxiety. I was frustrated when technology was not working. I was nervous because this was a new concept and a new thing for me to do. But I was also excited to meet my students, even though it was virtual. So all of those emotions combined made me feel in the yellow zone. Green zone. So green zone is where you want to be in order to be the best students. You want to be learning all the time. And this green zone is about calmness, alertness, happy, you're focused, you're content. I hope that all of you scholars aim to be at the green zone. And the blue zone. Sometimes you might feel sad, lonely, tired, sick, bored. When you're feeling down, you are feeling kind of upset, right? But not too upset where we're in the red zone. But this is the blue zone, feelings of being down. Now let's take a look at some things that you can do when you are in those zones. So if I'm in the green zone, again, green zone is our goal. It's at the top. We want to be able to be in this zone to be a good scholar. When you're in this zone, you can focus on your strengths. You can do a puzzle. You can solve a brain teaser. You can read a book. You are content. You are happy. You are ready to go. What about the yellow zone? Again, remember, yellow zone, you might feel nervous, stressed, frustrated. Okay, take a break. Ms. Faraj mentioned that when distance learning first started, she was in the yellow zone, and a lot of times she had to take breaks. I also took deep breaths. Go outside and get some fresh air. Or even use a fidget toy if you're feeling nervous or if you have some anxiety. Those are all things that will help you slow your body down. Red zone. Stop. You are overly, your emotions are over the top, and you need to figure out ways to calm them down. So let's see, what can you do at the red zone? Talk to an adult, whether it's your teacher, your older sibling, a parent. Take deep breaths. Go to a calm down corner. Listen to relaxing music or meditate. All of those things help us relax, calm down. Because remember, when we're in the red zone, we need to be able to control our emotions, and sometimes that's super hard for us. What about the blue zone? Remember, sometimes in the blue zone, we feel lonely, we feel sad, we feel bored, we feel sick. Well, do some yoga. Stretch it out, go for a walk, or even listening to some upbeat music to get you moving and dancing. So all of these things, boys and girls, are a way to help us regulate our emotions. We have the blue zone. We have the red zone. We have the yellow zone. And we have the green zone. So all four of these emotions are called what? The zones of regulation. Each color represents different emotions and different feelings. Boys and girls, you will have an independent work assignment today on Seesaw. It is to Create a video explaining which zone of regulation you are feeling right now. For example, you might say something like this. Right now, I am in the blank zone of regulation. I feel this way because blank. Please remember to give details and talk in complete sentences. We want to give as many ideas and share what we learned from the video. You will also be looking at the different colors that I will be posting to help you on Seesaw remember which zone is which emotion. So let's review before we go. Green zone. I'm feeling happy. I'm focused. I'm ready to learn and I'm calm. Blue zone. I'm feeling sad, tired, bored, nervous, or sick. Yellow zone. I'm feeling frustrated, a little out of control, worried, or excited. And red zone. I'm feeling angry, upset, out of control, or I am refusing to work. Again, boys and girls, I will be posting this to allow you to reflect on Seesaw before you create your video. So take a moment to think, which zone are you in and why? Thank you for listening to our SEL video for this week. We learned about the zones of regulations, and I hope that you have a great rest of your week. I will see you later. Bye, boys and girls.